Hi there, I'm Robert. I'm 60 years old and I'm a physician who spent years caring for older adults all across America. Today, I want to invite you to sit down with me for a moment and talk about something that might be sitting quietly in your morning fruit bowl. Have you ever wondered if some of the fruits you've trusted for decades, fruits you've always believed were healthy, might actually be wearing you down over time? I know, it sounds strange. It's fruit, right? How could it possibly be bad for you? But let me tell you about Carol. She's 65, lives in San Diego, and came to see me not long ago. She'd been feeling tired, foggy in the head, and her knees were aching almost every day. At first she thought, well, this must be aging. But when I looked closely at her daily habits, one thing stood out. Every single morning, for 5 years straight, she had 2 bananas and a bowl of grapes, like clockwork. That got me thinking, what if it's not just aging? What if some of these innocent fruits are actually making things worse? You see, after 60, our bodies don't process sugar, acid, and certain compounds the same way we did in our 30s or 40s. Things get more sensitive: our blood sugar, digestion, even our teeth and blood vessels. A handful of grapes might spike your blood sugar more than you realize. A slice of pineapple could irritate your stomach lining. A glass of orange juice might interfere with your blood pressure meds. But here's the thing, there's no warning label on fruit. No one tells us this, yet it's happening quietly every single day. And it's not just 4 fruits you need to watch. There are 7 I want to talk to you about, including 3 I'd bet are sitting in your fridge right now. So let me ask you, have you ever felt oddly tired after what seemed like a healthy breakfast? Have you cut back on sweets, yet your blood sugar still creeps up? Are you sleeping lighter or waking up feeling drained? If you've been wondering what's going on, stay with me. Let's take a closer look at these fruits, not to make you afraid of them, but to help you understand. Because when you know what your body truly needs and what it no longer handles well, you can step into this next chapter of life feeling smarter, lighter, and stronger. Are you ready? Let's explore the 7 fruits to watch out for after 60. So, let's start with the first fruit on our list, grapes. I know, grapes sound harmless, even classy. A cold bowl of grapes in the fridge, a bunch sitting on the kitchen table. For years, they felt like a symbol of health and a little elegance. But let me ask you something. Think about the last few times you ate grapes. Did you ever feel just a bit lightheaded afterward? Did you get tired halfway through the afternoon, or maybe feel hungry again an hour later, even though you just had a healthy snack? Let me tell you about David. He's 64 from Arizona. Happy guy, plays golf every weekend, takes his diet seriously. He came to see me confused. Every afternoon, his energy would crash, his blood sugar all over the place. And the strange part, he wasn't even eating sweets. A few questions in, I spotted the pattern. Every morning, he ate 2 full bunches of red grapes, anti-aging. He said, here's what most folks don't realize, grapes are one of the highest sugar fruits out there. About 16 grams of sugar per 100 grams, and barely any fiber to slow that sugar down. So when you pop a grape in your mouth, that sugar, it goes straight into your bloodstream, fast. Back when you were 30 or 40, your pancreas and insulin could handle it. But after 60, everything slows down. Your body gets less responsive to insulin, and blood sugar much harder to manage. So what happens when blood sugar spikes on and then crashes? You feel dizzy, tired, foggy, and you start craving more food even when you just ate. That roller coaster drains your energy, and over time, it quietly opens the door to type 2 diabetes. Now, when I know what you're thinking, all that from a bowl of grapes, but it's not just one bowl. It's a pattern, day after day, week after week, year after year. Martha, she's 69 from Oregon, once told me, I always thought grapes were better than cookies, but now I see they both knock me out the same. And that's not all. Grapes are on the Dirty Dozen list from the Environmental Working Group. That's the top 12 fruits with the most pesticide residue. Tests have found up to 56 different chemicals on grapes. Some are hormone disruptors, others affect the brain, and washing doesn't remove all of it. Because those chemicals don't just sit on the skin, they sink in right into the flesh. So when you bite into a juicy grape, you're not just getting sugar, you might also be swallowing tiny toxins. And after 60, your liver and kidneys slow down. That means your body clears these toxins more slowly. They can build up, and over time mess with your hormones, weaken your immune system, even affect your memory. Now, am I saying you should never eat grapes again? No, not at all. I'm not here to scare you. I just want you to be aware and make smart choices. If you love grapes, you can still have them. Just keep it to 10, 12 small grapes at a time and never eat them on an empty stomach. Instead, pair them with a few almonds or a small piece of cheese. That protein and fat, they help slow down the sugar spike. But honestly, if you want a safer fruit after 60, switch to blueberries. I'll talk more about them later in the fruits you should eat section. But trust me, blueberries soothe your system. Grapes, they stir it up. So here's the bottom line. Not everything sweet is sweet to your health. Don't let that elegant, juicy look fool you. After 60, your body needs better choices, not just old habits. So now, let's talk about another fruit. One even more common than grapes. It's cheap, easy to buy, easy to eat. So convenient that many folks have had it for breakfast every morning for years. Bananas. I know what you might be thinking. Come on, Doc, bananas. What could be wrong with bananas? I used to think the same thing, but after 30 years in medicine, especially working with people over 60, I started noticing a strange pattern. Let me tell you about George Miller. He's 67, lives in Texas. A real health-conscious guy, no drinking, no late nights, goes for a walk every morning. But he came to see me with some odd complaints. He felt wiped out after lunch. He couldn't sleep well at night, and his blood sugar all over the place. So I asked him, "What do you eat for breakfast?" He didn't hesitate. "Just 2 bananas," he said, "quick and easy." And that was the problem. You see, bananas, especially soft, ripe ones, have a high glycemic index, around 70. That's almost like white bread. One medium banana, it has about 17 grams of natural sugar and barely any fiber to slow it down. What does that mean? It means the sugar hits your bloodstream fast. Insulin has to spike to handle it. But after 60, insulin doesn't respond the way it used to. It's slower, weaker, less effective. And the result? You feel tired, foggy, sleepy, especially in the afternoon. George had a name for it. He called it his afternoon crash. I don't know why, he told me, but around 2 p.m., my brain just shuts off. My eyes get heavy, but I can't nap either. So we made one simple change. We took bananas out of his breakfast, swapped them for eggs, and a few slices of avocado. Just 2 weeks later, his blood sugar leveled out, his energy came back, and he was sleeping better than he had in months. But sugar isn't the only issue. Let's talk about green bananas, the kind many people eat to lose weight. They're high in tannins. Tannins are compounds that tighten your gut lining. They slow digestion, and for many people, especially after 60, they make constipation worse. People often say, bananas help digestion, but that's not always true for older adults, especially if you're not drinking enough water or eating enough fiber or healthy fats with them. And there's something else most folks overlook. Bananas are low in antioxidants. I like to joke with my patients, bananas are like a catchy pop song. Easy to like, easy to hum along with, but not a lot of depth. After 60, your body needs more. You need real antioxidant power to protect your brain, your eyes, your heart, your joints, because every day, free radicals are doing quiet damage. Fruits like blueberries, cherries, pomegranates, they're loaded with anthocyanins, polyphenols, resveratrol. Bananas, not so much. They fill you up, but they don't fuel your cells. They taste sweet, but they don't stick around to help. Now listen, I get it. Bananas are easy, especially when you live alone and don't want to cook. But that's exactly why you need smarter options. Need potassium? Avocados give you more. Need steady energy? Try oats or chia seeds. Need help with constipation? Add ripe papaya or a few stewed prunes. They're gentle and they work. And if you really love bananas, that's okay. Just don't eat them overripe, and pair them with something that slows the sugar like almond butter or a few walnuts. Bottom line, bananas aren't the enemy, but they may not be your best friend after 60. Don't let convenience keep you from hearing what your body's trying to say. You see, there are things we've believed all our lives until one day, the body tells a different story. And my job is to help you listen before it's too late. Now, let's move on to the third fruit. It's one that sounds cheerful, tropical, refreshing. Just picture it, a thin golden slice on a shiny white plate. Looks delicious, right? But don't let that sweet look fool you. Pineapple, or ananas, as some call it, can be a double-edged sword. It can help digestion, but it can also irritate your stomach if you're not careful. Let me tell you about Linda. She's 66, lives in Denver. Very health conscious. No sugar, no red meat, no coffee. But for over a year, she struggled with burning in her chest, acid reflux, and constant stomach pain when hungry. And what was her breakfast? A glass of pineapple smoothie every morning on an empty stomach. Sounds healthy, right? But that habit was slowly wearing down her stomach lining, which, by the way, gets thinner and more sensitive with age. Think of your stomach lining like a layer of protective armor. When you're young, it's thick and strong, but after 60, it's more like tissue paper, fragile, easy to damage. Now, a pineapple contains a powerful enzyme called bromelain. It's designed to break down protein, great for digesting meat, but your stomach lining is also made of protein. So when you eat pineapple on an empty stomach, bromelain doesn't know the difference. It can start breaking you down, not just your food. Ever felt that burning or gnawing feeling after eating pineapple on an empty stomach? That's not random. That's your body telling you something. Pineapple is also highly acidic with a pH as low as 3.2, very close to your stomach's natural acid. So if you've ever had gastritis, acid reflux, or esophagitis, pineapple can pour gasoline on an already smoldering fire. In fact, a study in the American Journal of Gastroenterology found that 62% of adults over 60 experience worse reflux symptoms after eating pineapple, especially when eaten alone. But here's what worries me even more. Pineapple can mess with your medications. And sadly, and most people aren't told this, it can interact with blood thinners like warfarin, making your blood too thin, which could lead to internal bleeding without warning. Sedatives, anti-seizure meds, or blood pressure pills by disrupting how your liver processes them, raising drug levels in your system above safe limits. Let me give you an example. Charles, 70, from Florida. He was taking his usual blood pressure medication, same dose as always, but he started having severe drops in pressure, dizzy spell, almost fainting. Turned out, he had just added fresh pineapple juice to his morning routine, something he read online about cleansing the body. You see, pineapple isn't the villain, but after 60 with a more delicate stomach, a slower liver, and daily medications, it can become a hidden risk. I'm not saying you have to give it up completely, but here's how to be smart about it. Don't eat pineapple on an empty stomach. Stick to no more than 1 to 2 thin slices at a time. And if you're on blood thinners or neurological or blood pressure meds, it's safest to avoid it entirely. Craving something sweet and refreshing like pineapple? Try ripe papaya instead. It contains papain, a gentler enzyme that helps with digestion. But without the sting, I've seen patients like Linda switch from pineapple to papaya, and suddenly their reflux is gone. Their stomachs feel calm, and they sleep better at night. So here's the bottom line. Pineapple isn't the enemy, but it's no longer your best friend after 60 unless you understand how it works. When your body speaks through belly pain, dizziness, or restless sleep, listen closely, because sometimes the culprit isn't something big. It's just that slice of fruit you had this morning without a second thought. We just talked about pineapple, that tropical fruit that can upset your stomach and mess with your medications. Now, I want to turn your attention to a fruit that seems almost too healthy, a fruit that many of us think of as the immune system's best friend. I'm talking about oranges. A glass of fresh orange juice in the morning. For years, we were told that's the perfect way to start the day. Right. I believed it too, until I started working closely with older patients and saw what oranges can quietly do to the body over time. Let me tell you about Susan. She's 68 and lives in New Jersey. Very disciplined with her health, never skips breakfast, and every morning without fail, she drinks a glass of fresh unsqueezed orange juice. No sugar, no ice, all natural. But despite her clean diet, she kept dealing with early morning knee pain. Her teeth were getting sensitive to hot and cold, and her body felt stiff for nearly an hour every morning. At first, she blamed it on aging, but when I asked, "How long have you been drinking orange juice in the morning?" she smiled and said, "Over 20 years now, doctor, ever since I was a school teacher." And I knew right away. You see, oranges are high in citric acid. When we're young, our tooth enamel is thick enough to handle it, but after 60, that enamel naturally wears down. One study in the Journal of Dental Research found that people over 60 who drank orange juice daily had nearly 4 times more enamel erosion than those who didn't. What happens next? Tooth sensitivity, cavities, and eventually, poor chewing. And when you can't chew well, it affects your digestion too. But that's just the beginning. Few people realize oranges can also trigger inflammation in the body, especially in folks with arthritis or chronic joint pain. I used to think that was just a coincidence, until I met Edward, 70 from Ohio, great guy, loves his morning walks, but every day he needed a full hour to loosen up his joints before he could move comfortably. And guess what? He also drank fresh orange juice every morning like a ritual. So I asked him to stop just for 3 weeks, and the result? His stiffness eased up. That morning pain almost gone. He told me, "Doc, I honestly thought orange juice was the healthiest thing I was doing." And it was at one point in his life, but our bodies change. Here's something else people rarely think about. Orange peels absorb pesticides like a sponge. You've probably heard people say, "Eat the white part under the peel, it's full of fiber and antioxidants." Well, maybe, but it's also where the highest levels of pesticide residue tend to hide, especially if it's not organic. Studies from the Environmental Working Group show that oranges are among the fruits with the highest pesticide levels and those chemicals. They don't just sit on the skin, they soak into the flesh. So when you eat an orange, you're also taking in traces of those toxins. And after 60, your liver and kidneys don't detox as efficiently as they used to. Those toxins can add up. Over time, they may disrupt your hormones, fog your memory, and quietly weaken your immune system. Now, am I saying you should never eat oranges again? Not at all. But if you're looking for vitamin C, there are better choices. Try red bell peppers or strawberries, both higher in vitamin C than oranges, but much gentler on your teeth, joints, and gut. And if you truly love oranges, enjoy them in moderation. Don't eat them on an empty stomach. And never drink orange juice at the same time as taking medication, because oranges can interfere with liver enzymes that break down your meds, which means you might end up getting a stronger dose than intended without even realizing it. So here's the bottom line. Oranges aren't the enemy, but after 60, they need to be treated with a little more caution. Some habits stick with us because of routine or nostalgia, but your body doesn't live in memory. It lives in adaptation. And the older we get, the more important it is to listen to the body instead of just following the same old habits. We just talked about oranges, that seemingly harmless fruit that can quietly wear down your teeth, your joints, and even your liver. Now, I want you to think about another fruit, one that screams summer, juicy, cold, sweet. What could be more refreshing than a slice of watermelon on a hot day? But here's the thing, sometimes the fruit that feels cool going down can stir up hidden heat inside your body. And I don't mean heat in the herbal or Eastern medicine sense. I'm talking about something more measurable. Your blood sugar, your kidneys, your blood pressure. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Thomas, 66 from Sacramento, a cheerful guy with a backyard garden and a real love for watermelon. Every summer he grows his own, and every afternoon he'd enjoy a big bowl of it after lunch, said it helped him cool off. But then something felt off, a bit dizzy when standing up, mild headaches, and this deep, unexplained fatigue that hit around 2 p.m. So I checked his blood sugar and saw wild swings, sharp highs, followed by deep crashes. The culprit? Watermelon's glycemic index. You see, watermelon has a GI of around 72. That's high. It means the sugar hits your bloodstream fast and then drops just as quickly. It gives you a quick feeling, followed by a hard energy crash. I call it the blood sugar roller coaster. And after 60, your body's done riding that ride. As we age, our insulin response slows down. So when you eat watermelon, even just a few slices, your blood sugar spikes. Then your body, in a panic, pumps out extra insulin to fix it. That causes your sugar to drop too low, too fast. And what do you feel? Sleepy after lunch, lightheaded when you stand up, hungry again, even though you just ate. Sound familiar? That full but still craving feeling, that strange mix of refreshed but drained. Sometime it all starts with a bowl of watermelon. There's something else too, something people rarely talk about. Watermelon has almost no fiber. It's more than 90% water, a little natural sugar, but very few nutrients like vitamin C, antioxidants, or minerals. So you can eat a lot and still feel unsatisfied. I've had patients say, "But doc, I just had a little watermelon after lunch," only to realize it was 3 or 4 large slices, almost a pound of fruit, and they were still reaching for snacks 30 minutes later. This leads to unintentional grazing, a habit that's especially risky after 60, when weight, heart health, and blood sugar become harder to manage. But here's what worries me most: the effect on your kidneys. If you're young and healthy, watermelon's water content is great. But if you've got high blood pressure, early kidney issues, or you're taking water pills, diuretics, too much watermelon can overwhelm your system. I remember a patient, Raymond, 69. He had mild high blood pressure, didn't even know his kidneys were slowing down. He drank 2 liters of water a day, plus ate nearly half a watermelon every evening. A few weeks later, his hands and feet started swelling. He was waking up to pee 3 to 4 times a night and felt wiped out like he'd climbed a mountain, even on days he barely moved. Blood work showed rising creatinine and urea. The cause not his meds, but his too healthy routine of overhydration and too much watermelon. So is watermelon bad, but you need to see it clearly. If you truly love watermelon, treat it like a treat. Have a thin slice after a full meal, not on an empty stomach, and never use it to replace a snack or meal, because it'll leave you hungrier, thirstier, and more fatigued than before. Looking for a cooling fruit that's safer? Try organic cucumber slices, or a few pieces of green apple with chia seeds. They'll cool you down, stabilize your blood sugar, support digestion, and they're easier on your kidneys. Bottom line, watermelon should be a small joy, not a daily habit. By now, you've lived long enough to know not everything sweet is good, and not everything that feels cool is right for a body that needs balance. I know what you might be thinking right now. Seriously, watermelon's off the list too. Well, at least I can still have mangoes, right? They're soft, sweet, and they smell amazing. I get it. Ripe mangoes are hard to resist. That smooth, buttery texture, the tropical sweetness that melts on your tongue, it feels like summer in every bite. For many of us, mangoes bring back memories: hot afternoons, homemade smoothies, family dinners with fresh mango for dessert. But here's the thing, that sweetness can be a double-edged sword, especially once you're past 60. I had a patient, Evelyn, 67, from Houston. She loved mangoes more than any other fruit. She once told me, "Doc, I gave up cakes, cookies, even chocolate, but mango, I kept that one. Because hey, at least it's fruit." And that's where mango can be sneaky. Do you know how much sugar is in just one medium-sized ripe mango? Over 45 grams of sugar. That's more than a can of soda. Yes, it's natural sugar, but it's still sugar and your body still has to process it. Eat a mango by itself, or on an empty stomach, or right after a carb-heavy meal, and your blood sugar can spike like a rocket. And after 60, your body doesn't handle those spikes the way it used to. In Evelyn's case, she wasn't overweight. She ate pretty clean otherwise, but she still developed pre-diabetes. It wasn't until we reviewed her food journal that the picture became clear. Fresh mango slices, mango smoothies, even dried mango as a snack. Almost every day thinking it was a healthy choice. And here's what many people don't realize. Mangoes are often promoted in modern healthy eating plans, but if you eat them regularly, they can silently add belly fat, especially that deep abdominal fat that's dangerous for your heart. Disrupt your metabolism, causing blood sugar swings and lipid issues, even without fried food. Interfere with diabetes medication, making it harder to control glucose levels. Why? Because mango causes blood sugar to rise too fast, and medications like metformin may not keep up. The result, you might feel tired after meals, shaky, jittery, your heart races, or worse, blood sugar drops too low after peaking too high. I saw this happen with Luis, a 70-year-old patient in Nevada. His blood sugar had been stable for years, but then his A1C suddenly climbed. He swore nothing had changed, until his wife quietly added, "Well, he's been treating himself to a mango every afternoon lately." That small treat was enough to throw off all the stability he'd worked so hard to maintain. Now listen, I'm not calling mango the enemy, but I am asking you to look at that number, 45 grams of sugar, and ask yourself, is my 60-plus body equipped to handle that? If you really enjoy mango, have just a few thin slices, and always after a meal with protein and healthy fats that slows the sugar absorption, please avoid blending mango with condensed milk, added sugar, or honey. At that point, it's not a smoothie, it's a sugar bomb. Instead, we think about lower GI fruits, green apples, kiwi, strawberries, even ruby red pomegranate seeds. We'll talk more about those in the fruits to enjoy section. Bottom line, ripe mangoes are a joy, but if you're not careful, they can become the tipping point, the final straw your metabolism just can't handle anymore. At this age, we don't eat just for flavor. We eat to feel light, clear, independent, and sometimes that starts with the simple choice of putting the mango spoon back down. And finally, let's talk about a kind of fruit that's not juicy anymore. Dried fruit. Yep, raisins, banana chips, dried mango, apple rings, cranberries. You see them in healthy snack packs, or in those trail mixes at the grocery store with bright labels like heart-friendly, high in fiber, or clean eating. But I want you to pause for a moment and really think about this. Dried fruit isn't the same as fresh fruit anymore. I once had a patient, Harold, 72 from Oregon, a sharp guy, read every day, watched his diet closely. For breakfast, he'd have a bowl of oatmeal with raisins and dried banana. He told me, "I don't eat sugar, no pastries, just dried fruit, easier to digest, good for the heart." But his blood sugar kept spiking. He felt bloated, sleep was off, and lately, he'd been getting light headaches that no one could explain. We made one small change, took out all the dried fruit for just 3 weeks. The difference was amazing. His blood sugar leveled out, digestion improved, headaches gone. So what happened? Dried fruit is sugar concentrated. The water's gone, but the sugar stays. A handful of raisins has as much sugar as 3 cans of soda. And since they're dry and light, it's easy to eat double, even triple, without realizing. Think about it. Could you eat 20 fresh grapes at once? Maybe, but 20 raisins, that's just a small handful. So your body gets hit with a sugar rush. Blood sugar spikes, insulin floods in, blood sugar crashes, you feel tired, foggy, hungry again. And that cycle repeats every single day. But there's more. Dried fruit has no water. and your gut needs water to keep things moving. I can't count how many patients have told me they struggle with constipation and then say, "But I eat fruit every day, raisins, banana chips, dried cranberries." And I have to gently say, that's not fruit, that's dried sugar. Your intestines actually pull water from your body to break it down, making stools harder, bloating worse, and digestion slower. And after 60, our digestive system doesn't bounce back like it used to. And here's the big one. Most dried fruits contain a preservative called sulfites. It helps keep the fruit looking fresh and colorful. But for older bodies, sulfites can act like a chemical irritant. They may cause toxicity, mild but persistent headaches, trouble falling asleep, itchy throat, nasal congestion, or wheezing. And in some people, low-level inflammation that lasts for weeks without a clear cause. I'll never forget Patricia, 69 from Colorado. She hadn't slept well in nearly 2 months. She'd been tested for sleep disorders, hormones, even neurological issues. One day, she brought in a bag of trail mix she'd been eating for dinner, thinking it was a healthy swap. Half the bag syrup-coated banana chips, sulfite-laced raisins, and bright red dried strawberries. We cut that bag out completely. 2 weeks later, she was sleeping like a baby. Now, I'm not saying you can never touch dried fruit again, but it's not the same as fresh fruit, and it shouldn't be a daily go-to, especially if you're managing weight, blood sugar, digestion, or sleep. If you really want some, choose no added sugar, no preservatives, and only eat a few small pieces, ideally with nuts or a bit of healthy fat to slow down the sugar impact. But honestly, you're better off reaching for fresh, low GI fruits. Your body will feel lighter, your mind clearer, and your digestion much happier. Bottom line, dried fruit is like a healthy-looking mask for a sugar-heavy snack. At our age, your body doesn't need convenience. It needs the real thing. Simple, natural, easy to digest, easy to process. And you deserve nothing less than that. We've just walked through 7 fruits that seem healthy, but can quietly work against your body after 60. And I know what you might be thinking. Well then, what can I eat? The good news, plenty. Because in nature, there are fruits that don't just avoid harm, they actually help your body heal. Fruits that act like sweet little multivitamins, wrapped in vibrant colors and gentle flavors. They carry plant compounds no supplement can match, and they're true allies for this stage of life, helping reduce inflammation, improve memory, support circulation, repair your cells, and most of all, help you move through life with more clarity and less strain. Let's start with one of my favorites, a fruit that's small, simple, and more powerful than you'd ever guess. Blueberries. I like to call them memory berries, because over the years, through dozens of studies and real-life stories, I've seen how blueberries help slow brain aging, sharpen memory, boost mental energy, and ease that afternoon fog so many of us deal with after 60. One of my patients, Richard, 68, a retired engineer, came to me with early signs of mental fatigue. He told me, "Sometimes I walk into a room and forget why. I lose my train of thought mid-sentence. I open the fridge and just stand there." It wasn't dementia, but it was a clear sign his brain was slowing down. We didn't start with medication. We started with breakfast. I suggested he add a small bowl of blueberries each day with oatmeal, Greek yogurt, or just plain by themselves. 3 months later, he came back smiling. "It's not just that I remember better," he said. "I feel clear all day. That sluggish feeling, it's gone." So what makes blueberries so special? First, they're packed with anthocyanins, a type of antioxidant that can actually cross the blood-brain barrier and reach the hippocampus, the part of your brain that controls memory. Not many foods can do that. Second, they help regulate blood sugar, something that becomes critical after 60 when our bodies often develop mild insulin resistance, even without us knowing. In one major study of pre-diabetics, people who ate blueberries daily improved their insulin sensitivity by 42%. That's a number most prescription drugs struggle to match. And better blood sugar means more stable energy, less brain fog, and a clearer mind. Another story I'll never forget is from Lucille, 70, who was terrified of going blind from macular degeneration, a common age-related condition that affects the eyes. We worked together to clean up her diet and added blueberries to her routine. 6 months later, for the first time in 3 years, her eye scans came back stable. No miracle, just steady, daily nourishment that the body could actually use. So how much should you eat? 1 cup a day, that's about 150 grams. Fresh or frozen, either is fine. In fact, frozen blueberries retain up to 94% of their antioxidants, as long as you don't microwave them to defrost. Try it like this: stirred into plain yogurt in the morning, sprinkled on whole grain oatmeal or granola, blended into a smoothie with chia seeds, flax, and almond milk, or just eaten slowly, one by one, like a quiet moment of meditation. And if you can find wild blueberries smaller and darker, even better. They contain twice the anthocyanins of regular ones. Bottom line, blueberries aren't just fruit, they're gentle brain training, one bite at a time. So if you're looking for something delicious, blood sugar friendly, easy to pair with meals, and protective for your memory, vision, and clarity, blueberries should be the very first fruit you welcome into your daily routine. After blueberries, the memory berry, the next fruit I want you to think about, isn't sweet, isn't juicy, and isn't brightly colored, but it nourishes you quietly and deeply. Avocado. I often call avocado the fruit for those who may not be young, but want to stay young longer. Why? Because avocado doesn't give you that sugary rush, but it does give you something better, a solid biological foundation for your heart, brain, hormones, joints, and even your skin. One of my patients, Daniel, 66, from San Diego, used to feel sluggish in the afternoons. His memory wasn't what it used to be. His blood pressure jumped around, and his muscles often felt tight when he woke up. When we looked at his diet, one thing stood out: he wasn't getting enough healthy fat. So we made one small change: half an avocado each morning, a few slices on his salad, or mashed onto a slice of whole grain toast. And after just 8 weeks, his blood pressure became more steady. He slept deeper. And best of all, he said, and I quote, "I don't feel like I'm deflating halfway through the day anymore." So what's in avocado that makes such a difference? First, it's packed with monounsaturated fats. These are the healthy fats your brain, heart, and hormones crave after 60. You might not know this, but your brain is 60% fat. If you don't feed it the right kind, your nerve cells dry out, slow down, and your memory starts to slip. Mood swings become more common, and everything just feels a little off. That's one big reason avocados help keep the mind sharp. Second, avocados help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A for healthy eyes, vitamin D for bones and immune support, vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant for skin and cells, vitamin K for blood clotting and bone metabolism. You could eat all the spinach, carrots, and pumpkin in the world, but without healthy fats, your body can't absorb those vitamins properly. In other words, it's not just what you eat, it's what your body can use. Third, avocados are rich in potassium and magnesium, two minerals most older adults don't get enough of. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure. Magnesium helps your muscles relax, supports better sleep, eases tension headaches, and reduces nighttime leg cramps. Just half an avocado has more potassium than a large banana without spiking your blood sugar. I once had a patient, Mary Ann, 70 years old, who struggled with neck tension, insomnia, and a racing heartbeat. Her potassium and magnesium levels were low despite eating lots of vegetables. So we added 1 avocado a week, plus magnesium-rich seeds like pumpkin seeds. A few weeks later, her symptoms had noticeably improved. No supplements needed. Now, people often ask, aren't avocados high in fat? Won't they make me gain weight? Not if you eat them the right way. The healthy fats in avocados help you feel full, reduce cravings, and may even help your body burn stored fat, especially when paired with a healthy lifestyle. So how much is right? About 1 to an avocado a day is perfect for older adults. Enjoy it with a sprinkle of sea salt and lemon. Mash it onto whole grain toast. Or mix it into a salad with olive oil, cucumbers, cilantro, and chia seeds. Just avoid adding sweetened condensed milk, sugar, or syrup because that turns a superfood into dessert. Bottom line, avocado doesn't show off, but it quietly takes care of the things that matter most after 60, your heart, your brain, your joints, and your sleep. If blueberries are a gift for your memory, then avocado is your daily dose of healthy fat for strength, stability, and staying power. So don't let its quiet look fool you. This humble fruit has real power. We've talked about blueberries, the brain's best friend, then avocado, that creamy fat that quietly supports your heart and mind. But if there's one fruit that helps you feel younger from the inside out, one that helps your body heal itself gently, silently, it's this one. Pomegranate. Now, I know pomegranates aren't the most convenient fruit. Tiny seeds, juice that stains. Peeling them takes patience. But let me tell you a story that might change how you look at them. 2 years ago, a patient of mine, Gloria, 69, came in saying she just felt flat. She didn't have any major illness, no diabetes. Heart was fine, but she felt tired, run down, low energy every single day. I sleep enough. I eat well, she said, but I wake up feeling like the day already happened. We ran tests. Everything looked okay. So I asked her something a little different. Is your body rebuilding itself? Is it renewing or just maintaining? I told her about a process called autophagy. That's the body's natural cleanup crew. It finds damaged cells, broken down proteins, and old junk in your system and recycles them. This process runs strong when you're young and healthy. But after 60, it slows down, and that's one reason we feel stiffer, slower, and older, even with a good diet. But here's the exciting part. Pomegranates can help turn that process back on. There's a compound called urolithin A, created when your gut digests the polyphenols in pomegranate seeds. And studies show it helps reboot autophagy. It even refreshes your mitochondria, the part of your cells that generates energy. To put it simply, eat pomegranate. Your cells feel younger, your body moves better, your energy returns. As for Gloria, we started with fresh pomegranate juice, about 3-4 times a week, after breakfast or her morning walk. 6 weeks later, she came back smiling. "Doc, I don't know if I'm imagining this," she said, "but I have enough energy in the afternoon to garden again. I haven't touched my plants in 5 years." I smiled and told her, "You're not imagining it. That's your cells thanking you." And that's not all. Pomegranate also boosts blood flow, especially to the heart and brain. One study showed it reduced arterial plaque by up to 30% after a year of regular use. That means your heart pumps more efficiently, your brain stays better nourished, and your memory, focus, and emotional balance improve. It's also a natural anti-inflammatory. If you've got mild arthritis, morning stiffness, or mysterious fatigue, pomegranate can help reduce inflammation without needing over-the-counter painkillers. The antioxidant in pomegranate, called punicalagin, is up to 3 times more powerful than green tea. I once recommended this to Raymond, 71. He had stiff knees every cold morning. I told him to drink half a cup of pure pomegranate juice each day, no added sugar. 2 months later, he said, "I'm not cured, Doc, but I don't grunt when I get out of bed anymore." So what's the best way to enjoy pomegranate? Fresh seeds sprinkled on yogurt, salad, or just eaten by the spoonful. 100% pure juice, unsweetened, no blends, no sugar added. Just half a cup a day, about 4 Oz is enough. And if you're on blood thinners, check with your doctor first. Pomegranate can interact slightly. Bottom line, pomegranate is a quiet healer. Not too sweet, not easy to eat, but every drop is like liquid youth. Coming up next, a fruit most people overlook, but it's great for digestion, fights constipation, supports your immune system, and even helps your mood. Kiwi. Some fruits get all the spotlight for their bright colors. Others are loved for their sweet, juicy flavor. But today, I want to tell you about a quiet little fruit, humble, unassuming, but a true silent warrior for your health as you age. It's the kiwi. Have you ever tried one? That fuzzy brown skin, the cool green inside, tiny seeds that sparkle like stars. Kiwi isn't flashy, it doesn't show off, but inside, it holds a treasure chest of goodness, especially for an aging body. Let me share a story. One of my patients, Carol, 66 years old, living in Santa Fe, New Mexico, came to see me. She lives in a peaceful desert town where many people retire to relax and meditate, but Carol didn't feel peaceful at all. She sat down and said, "Doc, I eat clean, no fried food, no late-night snacks, but every morning, my stomach feels like a rock tumbler. Sometimes I'm constipated, other times, out of nowhere. I get the runs. I'm afraid to leave the house. What if my gut acts up on the road?" And let me tell you, that's not uncommon after 60. It's not just a weak stomach. What's really happening is that your gut rhythm slows down. Colon movement, enzyme levels, the balance of gut bacteria all begin to shift with age. In Carol's case, I didn't reach for a prescription. Instead, I looked at her and said, "Let's try something simple. Each morning, before breakfast, eat 1 kiwi on an empty stomach. That's it. Then just listen to your body." So why kiwi? This little fruit contains a rare enzyme called actinidin. It helps break down proteins gently, unlike papaya or pineapple, which can be a bit harsh on sensitive stomachs. Kiwi supports digestion without irritation. Even better, it's packed with soluble fiber. That means softer stools, better bowel movements, and happier gut bacteria. And when your gut bacteria are happy, your digestion improves. Your immune system works better. Your mood even lifts. And yes, you sleep better too. 3 weeks later, Carol came back glowing. "I didn't think one little fruit could do all that," she said. "I'm not worried about my gut anymore, and I feel lighter even in my mind." I smiled and said, "That's not the kiwi talking. That's your gut," finally smiling back. But kiwi isn't just about digestion. One average kiwi has over 90 milliliters of vitamin C, more than an orange, but it's less acidic. That means it's gentle on your teeth and your stomach. Great news if you deal with acid reflux or sensitive enamel. Vitamin C helps your body make collagen, which keeps your skin firm, joints smooth, and blood vessels strong. Kiwi also contains vitamin E, folate, potassium, and lutein, all crucial for heart health, vision, and blood pressure balance. My favorite part, kiwi has a very low glycemic index, about 50. So if you're managing diabetes, pre-diabetes, or trying to lose weight, kiwi is a smart, safe choice. Wondering how to eat it? If it's an organic or golden kiwi, try eating it with the skin. That's where a lot of fiber and antioxidants live. If not, just scoop out the inside with a spoon, easy, quick, and no prep needed. Eat it first thing in the morning, before breakfast, for the best digestive boost. Bottom line, kiwi may not be as famous as blueberries or as fancy as pomegranate, but it quietly protects your gut, calms inflammation, stabilizes blood sugar, and lifts your mood. It's like a loyal friend, always there for you, even if no one notices. And speaking of comfort, the next fruit I'll share is like a gentle lullaby for sleepless nights. Stay with me. I often tell my patients, eat to feel good, not out of fear, and fruits like kiwi and the next one I'm about to share are the perfect bridge between good health and simple daily joy. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you had a truly restful night's sleep? No waking up at 2 or 3 a.m., no tossing and turning, no heavy-eyed mornings, staring at the clock at 5 a.m., wondering why you're still tired? A lot of folks think that's just part of getting older. But here's the truth. Good sleep isn't a privilege of the young. It's a basic need, and you still deserve it. And one tiny fruit, gentle, sweet, and often overlooked, can help bring that back. Cherries. I had a patient named Elaine. She's 70 and lives up in the Colorado mountains. She loves nature, used to take morning walks around the lake, but recently she came to see me looking drained. She said, "Doctor, I just can't sleep through the night. I wake up around 2 or 3 and in the morning, my head feels foggy." We didn't go straight to sleeping pills. Instead, I asked, "Would you be open to trying something natural?" Cherries contain melatonin, not the kind you buy in a bottle, but the kind your body naturally recognizes. It helps reset your internal clock, calms your nervous system, and promotes deep, steady sleep. I suggested Elaine eat about 10 to 15 fresh cherries, or drink half a cup of pure, unsweetened cherry juice about 30 minutes before bed. 2 weeks later, she called me. I slept straight through till 6 a.m. I haven't woken up feeling this clear in years. But cherries aren't just about better sleep. They've also helped many of my older patients with joint pain and stiffness, especially when the weather turns cold. That's because cherries are rich in anthocyanins, natural anti-inflammatory compounds. They work similarly to over-the-counter pain relievers without harming your stomach like aspirin or ibuprofen might. If you deal with mild arthritis, morning stiffness, or sore joints after gardening or walking, try adding a handful of cherries to your daily routine. You don't need a ton. Half a cup of fresh cherries or a few spoonfuls of 100% cherry juice is often enough to cool down inflammation from the inside out. I remember Frank, 66, from Kansas. Big baseball fan. He used to tell me his legs felt heavy the day after a game of catch. So I told him skip the protein bars and sports drinks. Just try some fresh or frozen cherries after light exercise. A few weeks later, he came back grinning. "Doc," he said, "I didn't think a few little cherries could do that. My legs feel like springs the next day." Cherries help relieve muscle soreness, support faster recovery, and are a great post-exercise snack for older adults who stay active. And there's more. Cherries have a low glycemic index around 20 to 25, which means they won't spike your blood sugar. Their sweetness is subtle and satisfying, without pushing your insulin levels too hard. So if you're living with diabetes, pre-diabetes, or just watching your sugar, cherries are a sweet treat you can actually enjoy. Here's how to get the most out of them. Eat them fresh or frozen. Just choose options without added sugar. Drink 100% cherry juice, no sweeteners or blends. Best times to enjoy them: evenings before bed or after physical activity. Quick note, if you're on blood thinners, check with your doctor first. Cherries may slightly enhance the effect of those meds. Bottom line, none wanted is showing. Most people think of cherries as just a sweet summer fruit, but to me, they're nature's gentle sleep aid, a soft touch for sore joints, a quiet boost for tired muscles. You don't have to settle for restless nights or achy mornings. Sometimes all it takes is a small handful of cherries to feel like yourself again. And if you're still with me, I'd love to introduce you to one more fruit. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, but it's a quiet protector of your stomach, heart, gut, and even your eyes. Guava. Have you ever eaten guava the right way? Let's talk about it next. Guava. You've probably seen it at farmers markets or tucked away in the produce section of an Asian grocery store. It's humble, unassuming, but for folks over 60, it's one of the most powerful silent protectors I know. Let me tell you about my patient, Frank. He's 72, lives in Sacramento, California. Very health-conscious guy. He avoids sweets, rarely eats red meat, and watches his diet closely. But despite all that, he often felt tired, caught colds easily, and would get a sore throat even with the slightest breeze. When we ran his labs, one thing stood out. His immune system was a little sluggish, and his vitamin C levels below optimal. Instead of recommending another bottle of pills, I asked, "Frank, have you ever tried guava? Not the bland kind, but ripe guava, the kind that smells sweet, with pink or white flesh and soft seeds." He shook his head. He always thought guava was hard to digest or not that useful. But that's a common myth and a real missed opportunity. Guava, a powerful, natural source of vitamin C. One medium, guava has 3 to 4 times more vitamin C than an orange, but with much less acid. That's great news for your teeth and stomach, especially as we get older. Vitamin C isn't just for immunity. Your body needs it to make collagen, which keeps your blood vessels strong, your joints flexible, and your skin resilient. A double win for digestion and blood sugar. But guava isn't just about vitamins. It's also loaded with soluble fiber, especially pectin. That fiber does a few amazing things. Helps steady blood sugar great if you're pre-diabetic or taking meds for glucose control. Eases constipation and keeps your digestive rhythm regular. Feeds the good gut bacteria supporting immunity, mental clarity, and even emotional balance. For Frank, I recommended starting simple half a ripe guava each morning, sprinkled with a little pink salt or a few drops of lime juice for better digestion and flavor. Natural anti-inflammatory and antibacterial support. Most people don't realize this, but guava contains natural antibacterial compounds. They help the body quietly fight off mild throat inflammation, respiratory bugs, or digestive irritation, often without the need for antibiotics. Even guava leaves, while not common in American diets, have been studied for their calming effects on mild diarrhea and gut inflammation. Great for older adults with chronic conditions. Guava is also one of the safest fruits for older adults with ongoing health concerns. It's low to medium on the glycemic index, around 35 to 50, unlikely to interfere with medications. A smart choice for those managing heart issues, diabetes, or following a low-carb diet. A few tips when eating guava. Choose naturally ripe guava, not too hard. You can eat the peel, just make sure it's clean or opt for organic. If you have a sensitive stomach, avoid eating it on an empty stomach. Mid-morning or mid-afternoon is ideal. If your digestion is on the weaker side, go easy on the tough seeds, they may cause a bit of bloating. Bottom line, guava doesn't need a fancy reputation to be powerful. It's like a quiet shield, helping you fight off colds, regulate blood sugar, and protect your gut, which is the foundation for so many aspects of health after 60. If cherries are nature's lullaby, guava is your daily line of defense. And up next, let's talk about one of the most common fruits in America, often overlooked because it's, well, just too ordinary. Green apples. And once you hear why they matter more than red ones, especially after 60, you just might see them with fresh eyes. I get it, red apples look prettier, taste sweeter, and go down easy. But here's the catch, that pleasant sweetness, it can spike your blood sugar faster than you'd think. Now, green apples, they're a little tart, a little crisp, but when it comes to healthy aging, they're absolute gold. I once joked with a patient, a green apple a day may not keep the doctor away, but it just might keep the pills away. Why green apples stand out? First, they have a low glycemic index, around 35 to 40. That means your blood sugar goes up slowly in a steady way. No sharp spikes, no sudden crashes, which helps prevent that mid-afternoon slump or those cravings that creep in after meals. Second, green apples are rich in pectin, a special kind of soluble fiber that helps lower the bad kind of cholesterol, that's LDL, keeps your blood sugar steady and helps you feel full longer. Feeds the good bacteria in your gut, just like guava and kiwi do, and gently calms down mild inflammation in your digestive system. Could a green apple help your joints? Here's something most people don't know. The skin of green apples is packed with quercetin, a powerful antioxidant with natural anti-inflammatory effects. Especially helpful if you're dealing with mild arthritis, stiff joints in the morning, or aching knees when the weather shifts. Some studies show quercetin works a bit like a natural antihistamine, supporting your immune system and reducing inflammation without the side effects of common pain meds. I once suggested this to a patient, Margaret, 66 years old. Instead of another collagen supplement or over-the-counter anti-inflammatory, I asked her to simply eat one green apple a day with lunch. 2 months later, she smiled and said, "I won't say it's a miracle cure, but my knees don't complain on the stairs anymore." Green apples and heart health. Green apples also love your heart. Here's how. Their fiber helps reduce cholesterol absorption. Their potassium helps regulate blood pressure. The polyphenols in their skin protect blood vessels from oxidation, a key factor in plaque buildup. Best part? Green apples rarely interfere with medications, so they're safe for folks on blood pressure meds, statins, or low-dose aspirin. How to eat green apples for the most benefit. Keep the skin on, just wash thoroughly, or go organic. That's where the quercetin and antioxidants live. Eat the whole apple to get the full fiber and nutrient punch. Pair with healthy fats like unsweetened peanut butter, almonds, or low-fat white cheese makes a great snack that keeps blood sugar steady. Bottom line, green apples aren't flashy. They're not exotic like kiwi or eye-catching like cherries, but they're steady, reliable, and surprisingly powerful. Think of them as that trusted friend, always there from your kitchen counter to your heart, gut, and joints. So if guava is your go-to for immunity, add a green apple to keep things balanced. And if you've been waiting for a fruit that's kind to your stomach, brightens your skin, supports your digestion, and even gives your eyes a boost, let me introduce you to the next one in line. A bright orange beauty that's one of the gentlest healers for life after 60. Ripe papaya. When we were kids, anytime we had constipation or indigestion, the grown-ups had their go-to remedies: soft-boiled apples, bananas, or maybe a little prune juice. But today, I want to offer you something new, something gentler than medicine and kinder than old advice: ripe papaya. Not just a tropical dessert, but a natural remedy for digestion, eye health, and skin that quietly changes with time. A gentle healer for the gut. What I love most about ripe papaya isn't just its sweetness, it's an enzyme called papain. Papain is a natural digestive enzyme that helps your body break down protein. But unlike synthetic enzymes or harsh supplements, papain works gently, making it perfect for aging stomachs that are more sensitive. If you often feel bloated, sluggish after meals, or deal with mild constipation, try eating a small slice of ripe papaya in the morning before breakfast. You might be surprised how naturally your system gets moving again. It's also rich in soluble fiber, which helps soften stools, regulate bowel movements, and reduce inflammation in the colon. I once had a patient, Mr. Henry, 73, who used to joke, "There's one thing I trust more than my pills, it's my morning papaya. Keeps me from being stuck in the bathroom too long." And honestly, I think he's not alone. Bright eyes, healthy skin, no creams needed. One slice of papaya is loaded with beta-carotene, the precursor to vitamin A. That's the stuff that keeps your eyes sharp, protects against macular degeneration, and supports healthy skin. If you've been noticing eye fatigue while reading, trouble seeing at night, or even mild dryness, papaya might just be your new best friend. On top of that, it's rich in vitamin C and lycopene, two powerful antioxidants that help reduce dark spots, support collagen production, and give your skin that healthy glow. I once suggested this to a retired Dr. Linda, 65. Instead of multivitamins, I told her, try one slice of papaya each morning. 2 months later, she smiled and said, "I'm not younger, but my skin doesn't look tired anymore. And more importantly, my belly feels lighter every day." Kind to sensitive stomachs. Unlike oranges, pineapples, or mangoes, ripe papaya is low acid and naturally alkaline. That means it won't trigger heartburn or upset a delicate stomach. In fact, if you're taking antacids, heart meds, or antibiotics, papaya is one of the most stomach-friendly fruits you can eat. It's a safe and soothing choice for those dealing with acid reflux, bloating, or mild ulcers. How to enjoy papaya the right way. Choose ripe papayas, deep orange, lightly soft, and fragrant but not mushy. Eat in the morning on an empty stomach or 2 hours after a meal. Avoid pre-cut papaya that's been sitting out. Its enzymes and vitamin C degrade quickly. For a digestive boost, pair with a few passion fruit seeds or slices of kiwi. In summary, papaya may not be the flashiest fruit, but it's like a gentle mother in the fruit world. Quiet, healing, and always nurturing from within. It soothes the gut, feeds the skin, supports the eyes, and helps your whole body recover gently and naturally. Choosing papaya means choosing to slow down, listen to your body, and care for it with simple, nourishing things. Wrapping up 8 fruits to eat every day after 60. Now you've met all 8 fruits I recommend daily for healthy aging. From blueberries for memory, avocados for the heart, and pomegranates for renewal, to kiwi, cherries, guava, green apples, and finally, this soothing, ripe papaya. Each one is like a puzzle piece in your health story. Clearer thinking, a steadier heart, smooth digestion, brighter skin and sharper vision, less joint pain, and deeper, more restful sleep. You don't need magic to stay well after 60. Just a little fruit every day on purpose, and your body, it'll thank you in quiet, beautiful ways. Turning 60 isn't the end of the road. It's the start of a new chapter, one where you get to slow down, go deeper, and take better care of yourself each day. You don't have to overhaul your life or follow some extreme diet. Just begin with something small: a green apple, a slice of ripe papaya, a handful of cherries. Because your body, no matter how tired, achy, or a little slower it may feel, still holds the power to heal. And the fruits we've talked about, they're nature's gentle reminder. You can still feel good, still live with energy, purpose, and joy, starting today. If this video helped you, leave a comment or share it with someone you care about. Sometimes one small tip can shift an entire season of life. And I'll see you in the next video, where we'll keep exploring simple, powerful ways to care for yourself, not through fear, but through love.